Hey, Fuzzy Biker here. Look what I got behind me today. We're at Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa. That is a 1951 Vincent Rapide. And we're going to go take that hot rod for a ride. Wahoo! All right. 1 up, 3 down. Boy, you really feel like you're sitting on top of this thing. I feel like I'm leaning over the bars. 1951 Vincent Rapide, first gear, and away we go. I feel like I'm sitting on a sawhorse. What a machine. Traffic everywhere, of course. The brakes barely work. First gear, very tall first gear. Very tall first gear. There's second. Make sure I got my phone. Oh man, am I underdressed. I've got my my middleweight coat on. What a treat. The suspension feels tight. It has very nimble handling, I would say. It feels very light handling, but yet stable. I like it. What a treat. What a machine. There's fourth gear. There's no tachometer, so I don't know what kind of engine speed we got going. Wow. I like it. Like a little fighter plane. Look at that. Wahoo! Loads of torque. I'd like to pass this guy, but I don't want to push the bike too hard. It's not my motorcycle. I wish the speedometer was angled a little farther down. Maybe I can sit back a little farther. That helps a little bit. Wow, this is really something. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. The motor just seems to barely be humming along. It really barks. It doesn't howl, it doesn't moan, it really just barks. It's got a very distinctive noise. A real orchestra, I gotta tell you. What a beautiful thing, what a beautiful thing. I think we're going about, I suppose 60 miles an hour, 55, 60. Wow. It's a real hot rod. Let's see what kind of pickup we can do to pass here. Oh, it just picks right up. Holy moly, loads of torque. It really comes into its own about now. Looks like about 120 kilometers an hour. Feels good, feels very good. The handling feels solid. This is a very bumpy road, and the suspension is working wonders, I would say. Beautiful thing, a beautiful thing. I like it. Nobody behind us. See if we get in the right gear here. I think we're in first gear. The sound is awesome. There's vibration, but not much. Let's see if we can get going here. It's very high gear. The first gear is very, very tall. First gear down, do we go to second? Down to go to third. What a machine, what a machine. I like this a lot. Okay, I think we're in 4th gear now. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow. We did check the oiling, plenty of gas, we checked the tire pressures. I don't want to catch up with traffic, but I also don't want to slow down. This bike is made to roll. It really has a good feel. It really has a good feel. The rear suspension is something I was really wondering about. The chair, the seat is hooked right to the swing arm on the back, but I really don't feel any up and downing with the swing arm. They've got those kind of a friction thingies on there to help alleviate that problem. It is a bumpy ride, I suppose, but boy, it really just feels like a handling machine. I'm just, I'd love to take this on some curvy roads. What a treat, what a treat. 1951, it's supposed to have between 45 and 50 horsepower, something like that is what I'm told. We don't know what the torque number is. I think it's a 998cc V-twin, 50-degree V-twin. What a bike, what a motorcycle. Hydraulic front end, so it's a girder front end with these hydraulic stabilizers. Now what's this guy doing? His brake lights are coming on. The seat is actually very comfortable. That's something I've wondered about quite a bit. My feet feel very wide apart, you know. Not as wide as like on a Honda 1100 Rebel or something, but still wide. The seating position is very sports bike, but with your heels forward, just below your knees, but slightly back, not way back and not way up. Incredibly impressive machine. What a bike. What a motorcycle. Absolutely love this thing. Let's see what kind of nonsense we can do here. I mean, it's just a hoot to ride. The bars are narrow. And it's really not made for, I don't know, it does pretty good. The wheelbase seems short. I think it's supposed to be around 58. I'm not sure of that. Okay, now we're in the 3rd gear. I found a kind of a neutral between 4th and 3rd. Hear that? Oh, the sound is gorgeous. I'm going to pull my helmet open. Absolutely amazing. There's 2nd gear. What a beautiful thing. Clutch is a little grabby, I'd say. Let's see if I can kill it here somewhere. So to kill this bike, it has a magneto. To kill this bike, you pull in the, let's put it in neutral first. Okay, I'm in 1st gear right now. That should be neutral. Okay, we're in neutral. You pull in the compression release to kill it. And that's it. What a treat. What a treat. Wahoo! There she is. Look at that beautiful machine. I can't believe I got to ride that thing. And when we got her right back, you can still kind of see the yellowing of the pipes. This was, the color stretched all the way down. You know, the stainless steel changes color when you heat it up. You kind of see it right here yet. It's still warm. I don't want to touch it, but very British bike handling, I would say. Kind of a, I don't want to say nimble isn't the right word, kind of tweaky, you know, kind of a tweaky feel, but it did feel stable. It didn't feel like it had a loose suspension, but it had I've ridden a lot of classic bikes in the last year, and I'd say you would definitely recognize it as a classic riding bike, classic or British bike thing. You know, the thing about this bike is it's really all engine, you know. Everything is right here. This bolts onto the oil tank on the front, this whole front area. That all bolts right on the oil tank. And then everything back here bolts onto the back of the oil tank. And then right here where the swing arm is. Everything else is just, you know, peripherals, you know, just like brakes and stuff like that. Just a crazy thing. What a treat to ride, you know. A little trouble getting it started, but they're known for being cold-blooded. I mean to tell you, I'm just incredibly happy to be able to ride it. I did do some checking on things. I did talk about this when I was riding it. The seat does move up and down with the swing arm back here. These are supposed to help compensate for that and make it a little less. I did not notice it when I was riding. I did not notice the seat feeling like this. Somebody was also saying that these act like a dampener for the shock. There is a dampener back here, a Coney dampener in the middle between the two springs. These are actually springs that are inside tubes. Bolt here and then bolt here, and then a big loose spring in the middle. Not loose, but a big spring. The suspension was, well, that's kind of interesting too. The road I was on was a very bumpy road. I've ridden that road many times on a lot of bikes, and it smoothed out the biggest of the bumps, but you could still tell that it was a 1950 zero suspension, 1951 actually. And I think the front end was interesting in that it felt, I don't want to say loose, but it felt like it did a lot of this, you know, really did a lot of moving for the road. And again, like I said, the road was quite a bumpy road. Isn't that just a thing of beauty? The seat, we got a lot of questions about that in the other videos. It looks like a big seat, but it's actually a pretty small seat. And I did find myself scooting back here so I could enjoy the view back. You know, when you sit on the bike, you feel like you're sitting over the headlight. You know, it's got the short, narrow bars that are way up here. You feel like you're kind of right here, although you can see the clock. You do have to lean back a little bit to see the clock. Anyway, just a gorgeous thing. Hey, I'm pining, as I like to say. If y'all are interested in, well, I think this one might be sold, but if you're all interested in a bike like this or a near used Royal Enfield Triumph classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, doodads, thingamajigs, gear, boots, gloves, the list goes on and on and on. Get yourself over here to Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com, tell those guys Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now, it is a beautiful day. It's in the 40s here, but look at that gorgeous blue sky. Get yourself out there and ride if the weather's good where you all are at. Life is good. Wahoo!